Good morning, children. After a short break, we are commencing our classes today. Hope everyone doing good and you are all in touch with your subject. Children, I have discussed with you about various classes of animal kingdom till my last session. And today I am going to discuss about Pylon Platyhelminthes. Right? Platyhelminthes, they have a dorso-ventrally flattened body and hence called flatworms. Okay. Children, the animals of the Pylon Platyhelminthes possess the body as a flattened form. That's why this phylum named as what? Platyhelminthes, right? Okay. These animals are bilaterally symmetrical. You know very well what is meant by bilaterally symmetrical. That is, body is divided into two equal halves in one plan alone. Okay, and this is called bilaterally symmetrical. And triploplastic body is the germ layer made up of three: ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm, and a coelomate with organ system level of organization. Okay, a coelomate, you know very well what is coelom. The animals of the Pylon Platyhelminthes does not possess any coelom, so they are called as what? Acoelomate animals. And about organization, it is organ system level of organization. They show moderate cephalization and unidirectional movement. Okay. So cephalization, formation of head. Cephalization means what? Formation of head begins in this platyhelminthes phylum only. And unidirectional movement, it will move in any one direction. They are mostly endoparasite of animals including human being, and hooks and sucker are present in the parasitic forms and serve as organs of attachment. Okay, they are mostly endoparasite. What is endoparasite, children? That is nothing but the animals which live inside the other organism are called what? Endoparasites. Okay, so this animals of the Pylon Platyhelminthes living inside the host body including human, hence it is called as what? Endoparasite. Okay, next one, what is hooks and suckers? These are the apparatus which help for the attachment inside the host body. And next one, their body is not segmented but some exhibit pseudo segmentation. Some of the parasitic flatworms absorb nutrients directly from the host through their body surface. Okay, so their body is not segmented. What does mean by segmentation? Already we discussed about segments. Earthworm, the body is divided into many segments externally and internally, and this is called what? Segmentation. In Pylon Platyhelminthes, we cannot say any true segmentation. Some animals show pseudo segmentation. What is mean by pseudo? False. That is, segment like structures we can observe in the animal's body, but it will not be a true segmentation, but some exhibit pseudosegmentation. Okay, some of the parasitic flatworm absorb nutrients directly from the host through their body surface. However, flatworms like liver floc and have an incomplete digestive system. Specialized excretory cells called flame cells help in osmoregulation and excretion. Sexes are not separate, that is monoecious. Fertilization is internal and development is through larval stages such as Merazidium, Sporocyst, Radia, Cercaria. Polyembryony is common in some flatworms. Some members like Planaria show high regeneration capacity. Okay, so their body is not segmented, but some animals show pseudo segmentation we discussed. And about nutrition, if we see, some animals, since they are endoparasite, some animals of this phylum directly absorb the nutrient through their body surface. And some animals, they have incomplete digestive system. That means it have only one opening in its anterior end. It does not have any opening at the posterior end. So since it possesses only one opening in its anterior end, it is called as incomplete digestive system. Example for incomplete digestive system is liver fluke. And about excretion. Excretion has taken place through a cell called flame cells. This flame cell help for the excretion of waste material from the animal's body and also maintain the osmoregulation. Then sexes are not separated, that is both male and female present in the same animal. It is called as monoecious condition. And about fertilization is internal and development is through larval stage. So it is understood what indirect development. What are the larval stage we can see in the Pylon Platyhelminthes or Merazidium, Sporocyst, Redia and Saccharia. Then polyembryony. What does mean by polyembryony? Poly means what? Many. That is, many embryos are seen in the animal body, and this is called polyembryony. This polyembryonic condition is common in the Pylon Platyhelminthes. Example for this polyembryonic condition is liver flukes. And some animals of this phylum show highly regeneration. What is mean by high regeneration? That is development of lost part is called what? Regeneration. Example, planaria. In planaria, if you cut the animal into 2-3 pieces, each pieces can develop into a complete organism, and this is called what? Regeneration. That's all about Pylon Platyhelminthes, children. Hope you are clear about it. Okay. Next we are going to say about Pylon Aschelminthes, and example for Pylon Platyhelminthes is given here. Please go through it. And Pylon Aschelminthes, it is commonly called roundworms. Why? Because it's look like a round and cylindrical structure. Okay, that's what the phylum is named as Aschelminthes and previously called as Nematoda. The Pylon Aschelminthes previously called as Nematoda. This phylum is now named as Aschelminthes. Body of this worm is circular in cross section and hence are called roundworms. They are free living or parasitic on aquatic and terrestrial plants and animals. Okay, right. So here about Platyhelminthes, if we see, they are endoparasite. Here about Aschelminthes animals, they are free living. That means they can live independent life. And some are parasitic. So it lead to both type of life, that is a free living as well as parasitic life. Okay, where it will be on as parasite? It will be on the aquatic and terrestrial plants and animals. Both plants and animals it will was parasitic in terrestrial as well as aquatic animals and plants. And bilaterally symmetrical, triploplastic, pseudocoelomate animal with organ system level of organization. Okay, right. Next, these things all you are know very well. The body is unsegmented and covered by a transparent, tough and productive collagenous layer called a cuticle. Then alimentary canal is complete with a well developed mouth, muscular pharynx and anus. Excretory system consists of renal glands. Sexes are separate and exhibit sexual dimorphism. Often females are longer than males. Fertilization is internal. Majority are oviparous. Few are ovoviviparous, which area example. Development may be direct or indirect. Okay. So children, let's see about it. Body is unsegmented. We cannot see even pseudo segmentation also. Body is unsegmented and it is covered by a transparent, tough and productive collagenous layer called cuticle. That means what? The body of the animals are covered with a tough transparent membrane called cuticle. How our body is covered with the skin? The same way the animals of Aschelminthes is covered with a tough transparent membrane called cuticle, right? About alimentary canal. It is a complete. That means what? It developed a well developed mouth, muscular pharynx and anus, all tube present. So it is coming under the complete digestive system. About excretion, excretion takes place by renal glands and sexes are separate. That is both male and female present in sexes are present in separate animals. and exhibit sexual dimorphism. Often females are always longer than males. Fertilization internal. Majority are oviparous. Oviparous means what? Lay egg and catch young one is called oviparous. Example Ascaris. And few are ovoviviparous, which area. Development may be direct or indirect. Example for Ascalmenthes ascaris, lumbricoids, roundworm, Enterobius vermicularis, pinworm, Wuchereria bancrofti, filarial worm. And next, phylum, Annelida. Annelida are called a segmented worm. So, we have discussed about segmentation in Pylon Platyhelminthes and as well as in the Ascalmenthes. Pylon Platyhelminthes, no segmentation have seen in it, but some are shown as pseudo-segmentation. In Ascalmenthes, there is no segmentation at all, but in Pylon Annelida, all animals, they possess segments in its body. So, that's what it is called, what a segmented worm. And this segmentation is called metamerism, okay. Annelids were the first segmented animals to evolve. They are aquatic or terrestrial, free living, but some are parasitic. They are triploplastic, bilaterally symmetrical, zygosylomate, and exhibit organ system level of body organization. The coelom with the coelomic fluid creates a hydrostatic skeleton and aids in locomotion. So, annelids are pseudocoelomate animals. Annelids are eucoelomate animals, and the coelom consists of a coelomic fluid which create a hydrostatic skeleton and help for the locomotion of this animal. Their elongated body is metamerically segmented and the body surface is divided into segments or metamers. They are elongated. What does mean by elongated? A lengthy body, okay, a cylindrical lengthy body is divided into many segments, and this is called what? Segmentation, and the segments are called metamers. Internally, the segments are divided from one another by a partition called septa. So, the animals which divide the body externally and internally is called segmentation. This structure which divide the body internally is called septa. This phenomena is known as metamerism. Longitudinal and circular muscle in the body wall help in locomotion. See children, the animal possesses two types of muscles in its body. One is longitudinal muscle, another one is circular muscle. Both the muscle help for the locomotion by its contraction. Aquatic annelids like nereis have lateral appendages called parapodia which help in swimming. So, the nereis is an example for aquatic annelids which possess a structure called parapodia. This parapodia help in the swimming movement in water. Next one is Hyctinus setae in earthworm, and suckers in leech help in the locomotion. So, here we have to see three types of locomotory structure. One is parapodia in nereis, setae in earthworm, sucker in leech, which are the locomotory structure have for the locomotion. About circulation. Circulation is of closed type, and respiratory pigment or hemoglobin and chlorochlorine. Okay. About circulation, yes, it is a closed circulatory system, that is blood is running in a confined blood vessels, and it consists of blood-like structure. In the blood-like structure, it has a pigment, respiratory pigment called hemoglobin as well as chlorochlorine. So, what is called respiratory pigment? Why it is called? So, you can have some doubt about it, okay. Hemoglobin, usually we are also having hemoglobin in our red blood cells. This hemoglobin helps for the carrying of respiratory gases such as oxygen and carbon dioxide. Hemoglobin carry oxygen from the lungs to the heart and to each and every tissues of our body. And in the body, oxidation has taken place and carbon dioxide is produced. You know very well, carbon dioxide should not stay in the blood or retain in the blood since it become a toxic one. So, it should be eliminated from our body. So, the same hemoglobin carry this carbon dioxide from the tissue and enter into the blood, and to the heart. From the heart enter into the lungs, and from the lungs it expired out. Okay, so this what it is called as what? Respiratory gases. Since it carry the respiratory gases, the pigment is called what? Respiratory pigment, right? Okay. Nervous system consists of paired ganglion connected by the lateral nerves to the double ventral nerve cord. They reproduce sexually. Development is direct or indirect and includes a trochopore larva. Some are monoecious, example earthworm, while some are dioecious, nereis and leech. So dioecious means male and female sexes are present in separate animals. Example Lambeto mariti, earthworm, nereis sandworm, Hirudinaria, leech. Next phylum Arthropoda. This is the largest phylum of the kingdom Animalia and includes the largest class called Insecta. Total species ranges from 2 to 10 million. Okay, phylum Arthropoda, it's the largest phylum of the kingdom Animalia, children. And in this phylum Arthropoda, there is a class called Insecta, and this is the largest class of all the animal kingdom. The number of species included in this class Insecta are 2 to 10 million. They are bilaterally symmetrical, segmented, triploplastic and zygosylomate animals with organ system grade of body organization. They have jointed appendages which are used for locomotion. Okay, children, this is a peculiar character of this phylum, that is called possessing jointed appendages, or a peculiar character which is present in the phylum Arthropoda. Feeding or sensory in function, body is covered by chitinous exoskeleton for protection and to prevent water loss. You know, children, when you observe the external surface of some insect, the external surface is covered by a hard substance. It is called what? Exoskeleton. This hard layer of structure is called exoskeleton, made up of a substance called chitin. That's what it is called, chitinous exoskeleton. And its function is protection and prevent water loss. And another thing, it's shed periodically by a process called molting or ecdysis. The body consists of what is molting or ecdysis? Shedding of chitinous exoskeleton periodically is called molting or ecdysis. The body consists of head, thorax and abdomen with a body cavity called hemocoel. Next one is respiration. There are various respiratory organs can seen in the various animals of phylum Arthropoda, such as gills, book gills, book lungs and trachea. About circulation, circulatory system of open type. And sensory organs are present in this phylum. The sensory organs are antennae, eyes and statocyst. Antennae, eyes and statocyst, organs of balance. And then excretion takes place through Malpighian tubules, green glands, coxal glands. They are mostly dioecious and oviparous. Fertilization usually internal. Development may be direct or indirect. Life history include many larval stages followed by metamorphosis, right? So this is what about phylum Arthropoda. Example for this phylum, please when you go through the example, within bracket you will have a common name of this animal. Please note it down also, children. Limulus, the common name of Limulus is king crow, and it is a living fossil. It is a very important thing. Das is a living fossil, Limulus. Then Palamanus, a scorpion, and Eupagarus, hermit crab, Apis, honeybee, Musca, housefly, Vectus, Anopheles, Culex, Ades, and economically important insect are Apis, honeybee, Bombyx mori, silkworm, Lacifer, lac insect, living fossils, Limulus, then Cricarius pest, locusta, that is locust. And next we are going to see about phylum Mollusca. The phylum Mollusca, this is the second largest animal phylum. Mollusca are terrestrial or aquatic. In aquatic, either it is a marine or freshwater. and exhibit organ system level of body organization. They are bilaterally symmetrical except univalves, triploplastic and coelomate animal. Body is covered by a calcareous shell and is unsegmented with a distinct head. Muscular foot and a visceral hump or visceral moss are present. A soft layer of skin forms a mantle over the visceral hump. The space between the visceral moss and mantle is called mantle cavity, in which a number of feather-like gills are present which are respiratory in function. Then the digestive system is complete and mouth contains a rasping organ called radula with the transverse rows of chitinous teeth for feeding. The sense organ or tentacles, eye and ospiridium to test the purity of water and present in the bivalve and gastropods. Excretory organ or nephridia. Open type of circulatory system is seen except for cephalopods such as squids, cuttlefish and octopuses. Blood contains hemocyanin, a copper containing respiratory pigment. They are dioecious and oviparous. Development is indirect with a veliger larva, a modified trophophore larva. Example for this phylum are Phyla, apple snail, Lamellidans mussel, pink teta, Pyalvoster, sepia, cuttlefish, laligo squid, octopus, devilfish. Okay children, today I will stop with this and homework, write the general character of phylum Arthropoda. Okay children, I will meet you in my next session. Bye.